Welcome. Today, we'll be going over a tutorial on how to sew. Start with looking at the patterns to Navaya Mouw's life. As we trace our patterns, we'll be looking at our family and friends, and we'll go on to our next pattern of our hobbies and interests, and our final pattern of our goals and plans for the future. To begin with, you have to wind the bobbin with Navaya's family and friends. First is her parents, Hannah and John. Next is her step-parents, Ryan and Bovine. Next and last is her 5 siblings, Izzy, Justice, Emery, Bryce, and Gemma. And we can't forget about our pets, Leo, who's accounted for in Kingsnake, and Rocky, who's a Myers parrot. She was born in Sioux City and moved to Council Bluffs when she was around 3. One of her best friends is Macy, whom she met in 6th grade. She doesn't even know why, but she thought she was the coolest. And soon after, they became best friends. Another one of Navaya's best friends is Megan, whom she met in 7th grade through Macy. They were some of Navaya's first friends at Kiernan because she went to a different elementary school. Both of them would say that she's a very stubborn and caring person. When she's not around her friends, she's a very quiet person. Next, we're going to thread the machine with Navaya's hobbies and interests. First, we're going to cut out her interest in sewing. She doesn't use the traditional way to sew, which is by using patterns. She first starts out by measuring and making sure it has seam allowance, which is the area between this fabric edge and the stitching line. Half the time, she just wings it and starts to sew. And so far, it's worked out because she hasn't had to make anything too complex yet. Now we're going to cut out her interest in watching anime. She started watching it. Her favorite anime is The 7 Deadly Sins, and she started watching anime around 2 years ago after one of her friends told her to start watching it. Now she likes anime so much that she can't stop watching it. Finally, we're going to go over her interest. Finally, we're going to start sewing our way through Navaya's goals and plans for the future. She's going to attend iWestern because she's a part of the Pop Promise, and she's going to get those first 2 years for free. After iWestern, she wants to go to a different college, but she doesn't know which one yet. She's going to go to iWestern for fashion design, but iWestern doesn't have any fashion design programs, so she's going to take some graphic design classes. After college, she wants to move out of Council Bluffs, but she also doesn't because she doesn't want to leave her mom, she doesn't want to leave her mom with the people she has in her life right now. She would also like to go to Japan to study Japanese fashion and study and create her own line of clothing based off that Japanese fashion. She would also like to create her own business, but doesn't think it'd work out because she doesn't think she can do it. Now, we're going to backstitch our way through Navaya's family and friends, hobbies and interests, and goals and plans for the future. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. Thanks for coming, and I hope you learned a lot about sewing.